My name is Modigh and I'm the Institutional Partnerships Manager at Reach for Change. When we were preparing the pilot for Reach for Change back in 2009, we hired some external experts to help us create a system for measuring social impact, namely because it formed very much the cornerstone of what we wanted to achieve. Measuring our social impact at the portfolio level very much allows us to identify our successes and failures, and as a result it also allows us to be very transparent with our investors on our successes and what impact we're actually creating through our incubator. We emphasize from the very beginning of our incubator sessions the benefits of measuring social impact at the SPO level. And because the system we've created for entrepreneurs is very much formed around their structuring of their activities, their quarterly monitoring, it's embedded in our reinvestment decisions as well. Measuring their social impact forms part of almost a daily approach to their organizations. Emphasis being this helps to highlight successes, highlight failures as well, to be able to pivot if needed. And as a result, the learning and development that we get and our SPOs get means that they're often so happy that we have initiated this from the very beginning. It's important to consider from the very beginning that obviously finding cost-effective ways to measure can be challenging when you have a wide portfolio dealing with many different issues. And in the scenario of Reach for Change, we're also spread geographically, which means we have very different market conditions in each of our regions and countries. That said, so essentially it is challenging to find a one-size-fits-all method, which is what we see, a lot of the players in the social sector encounter the same challenges. How we've tried to combat that is by having various quantitative and qualitative methods for measuring our impact to ensure that we cover as much as possible of the outputs and impacts of our activities, but also then it allows us to produce more credible results. For Reach for Change, what we found is it's all in the details. So we tried to create a system in the beginning that covered everything, and all of the theory was there, and then we launched it quite quickly internally. But of course that meant not all the definitions were there. Different interpretations were made because of that, and it was too complicated. So the best learning that we found is to keep it simple, focus on certain key outputs, let's say, that you can measure, and as a result continue measuring them as well to improve the validity of your results and the consistency also. Impact measurement allows us to be specific about the goals we want to achieve. It allows us to move from a subjective basis for discussing our impact to one that's objective and thereby more credible, both amongst our peers and also, of course, with our funders and potential investors.